Okay everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be showing you today a little piece of the £1,050 games, vintage games haul that I bought earlier in the week. But before we have a look at that, I'm going to show you some clips of what I've been up to during the week. And then I'm going to get on to showing you some of the stock I got here. But in the videos, you're going to see just how much of it there is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what I find interesting. I find most of it interesting, to be fair, but I'm going to show you what I find the most interesting. I'll try and show you maybe 20, 30 of the games. Quite frankly, there is probably over 200. Well, there probably is definitely over 200 actually. There's including the single discs. But of the big box games, I think there's meant to be about 160. So I'll show you what I can. If you want to see more, I'll probably just throw them in every video, show you what I've got that is any of it that's interesting. So we're going to watch those videos now of what I've been up to, and then I'll see you back here in a minute. I've just been relacing a pair of these Adidas that I bought because they didn't come with laces, but you can buy laces on eBay for pretty cheap. This is obviously what it was looking like before. And with the laces, yeah, the difference is crazy, you know, like seeing a shoe without the lace, to me, it doesn't look very good, does it? But yeah, once it's laced up, it's quite nice. I have no idea what these are going to sell for. I don't even really remember what I paid. I think it was £2 or somewhere between £1 and £3 is where my brain's telling me. I'm just going to show you the shoes that I'm listing as well. These, it's a bit of a stain in there, but these are just some white Skechers. Overall, the quality is still pretty good on these. They could use a little bit of a clean up, but they're not very worn. The bottom needs a bit of a scrub. Yeah, there's that one. And then I think they're meant to light up, but I don't know if they do. But they're okay. I think I got them for about £1 as well. These are quite cheap shoes. These are just some flip-flops that I got on a holiday. I don't want them anymore, so they were mine. I'm going to list those. These are also mine. They don't really fit properly, so I'm going to list those as well. These are also mine. I might bin these. I need to clean them, actually. I hadn't examined. I found them in a bag. In a bag, like under the bottom of my car seat. So yeah, these are actually probably a bit far gone. So I'm not going to list crap on the shop. So I probably will bin those. Actually, these are pretty nice, pretty fresh. Put a light on them. Just steel toe work boots, been worn, but plenty of life left in these. Soles very nice. And then finally, actually no, there's two more. Sorry, there's these docks that I bought. You would have seen in the charity shop video. I need to list these were £20. Hoping to get somewhere between 50 and 60 for those, I think. And then finally, these Pumas, which I think are unworn. They're not actually, I didn't buy these. These were given to my girlfriend by her auntie to sell, so I'm selling them for her. So yeah, but these Air Forces, yeah. Everything else, it's about to get listed. I've just brought round some of actually it's all the shoes. I'll just put them there. And the Funko Pops as well now in. Got stock kind of building up again a little bit. Little aliens listed, but I have made some sales. I've packaged most of them. A lot of DVDs again as usual, and some Thomas the Trains there as well. These need to be labeled, but I have made a sale. I have made a sale of a whole bunch of these Dandy comics for about, I think it was £20 or £19.99 plus £6.99 postage because they're heavy. So I'm packing them now, and they are going to go away today. Also, these have been sat around for nearly probably 6-7 months. I thought they would be good, and I don't think I'd be buying them again. I believe I paid either £5 or £10 for all of them, thinking they were, you know, the whole thing's slipping, thinking they were sort of rare. And Dandy, as it goes, aren't that great unless they're older. They are pretty cool though. Like, you get all the advertisement for the fruit pastels there, the drumstick, lollipop. It is pretty cool, but yeah, they just don't hold that much value. But they're going to go in there. I'm going to put some bubble wrap on top, and those will get sent today as well. Little sticker there. So glad to see the back of those. Like I say, won't be buying them again. But you live and learn, and I still made money on it, to be fair. So It depends how you want to do this. You can buy things, and if you're happy with them sitting around for months, you can still make money. So it just depends on what you want to do. And then after this, I am going to go back and list some more stuff. The room's looking great. But then I've got to bring in the massive order that I made of hundreds of items. And that will then fill up the room again. But the items I bought, I very much enjoy. So listing them will be fun. And I'll make a video on that as well. So see you back at the flat. Okay, so inside the van, there's boxes here, 2 of these, bags upon bags and bags and more bags, all of the stock that I picked up. I'm going to start bringing it in and refilling the room that I have basically cleaned now. I still didn't finish listing it all, but this needs to get out of the van so it doesn't get, you know, cold and damp for the next few days. So it needs to go inside. So I'll show you it all when we're inside. Okay, this is the before space and this is the after. Okay, so now you've seen what I've bought. You've seen it all over the floor, which is where it currently resides, just behind the camera. I've got some of it here on my desk, and I'm just going to start going through it with you. So I'm going to start with the best first. Okay, it's not necessarily the best in value. It's still good value. My favorite strategy games ever. There's Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth. I got 2 versions of, well, 2 of the first ones, anyway, 2 copies. Obviously discs are all there. I've got 1 copy of the second one, which is probably the most played, but if you haven't played this, the campaign of the first one is great, and the second one's great as well. But along with that, the people I bought this from were Polish. So I should probably say, I drove to Watford for this, which from me is maybe an hour and 30 minutes or so, give or take. So yeah, I drove to Watford with a friend, paid them, checked it through as we were going through, loaded it all down to the van. So it took probably the grand total 3 or 4 hours round trip to get the stuff and to bring it home. But the reason I'm saying they're Polish, which they were, is because there's a few Polish games. So I've got a Polish version of Battle for Middle-earth, same as the English one, I guess, just in Polish. So I don't know if that holds the same value. These, from what I've seen, their value's pretty good. I've got these still at home, actually. I've kept them since I was a kid. We probably got a couple of copies because I used to play it a lot with my dad. So yeah, these will sell for a decent amount. That's probably 30 quid's worth of games there, give or take. Next up, I'm going to show you some of the big box games now, I think. I'm not going to lie, I've probably not played many of them. I played newer versions of some of them, but some of them I've never heard of, and some of them are probably a bit before my time, so I'm going to show you anyway. So, Privateer 2, The Darkening, that is one of them there. And the thing is with these big box games is often they come with a lot of inserts, which I'll get out for you now. So you get all of these leaflets, if you can see that, and then the game. But some of these boxes have just the game with no inserts. And when I've sort of looked them up and looked up their prices, some of them just don't have inserts. So I think back what I've seen, at least, this is back before they had standardized DVD sizes. So I believe they standardized the size of all DVD games, you know, like PC games, Xbox games, etc., etc. Can't get that on. They standardized the size down to this, just for ease of, I think it was probably ease of selling. I seem to remember someone telling me that, and I looked it up as well. And yeah, they really only did these big box games until, I think they stopped around 2004. Don't complain in the comments if I'm wrong. It's something like that. So yeah, there's The Darkening, Privateer 2. We've got some classics here. We've got Railroad Tycoon, Roller Coaster Tycoon. If you haven't played that, then you're too young. You should be leaving the channel. Roller Coaster Tycoon. I've never played that. Not Roller Coaster, Railroad. Gold Edition. There's lots of stuff in there. Lots of extras. Here's one that I have played. Micro Machines. You have probably heard of this if you're of a certain age. Micro Machines is great. To be honest, I could probably say that with all of this. If you're a certain age, you would have heard of this because they're all old. I haven't heard of this one. We've got Zed, the Bitmap Brothers. If you've heard of that one, let me know. Don't know what's in there making such a strange noise. Let's have a look. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff in it. Oh, it's just the plastic. Yeah, CD-ROM case. So yeah, there's that. I'm a big fan of strategy games, okay? So I'm going to show you some of the strategy games that are in here. If you've ever played Command & Conquer, you're going to want to look at this. So first things first, I got the Command & Conquer Collection. It's a box set of, I think, 5 games, sorry. It's got Red Alert 2, Renegade, lots of different ones. There's lots of different ones there. It's the box set of all of them. It's funny, you can see the price. It was $19.99, so it's from the US originally. But to go with that, I also have Command & Conquer big case games. So there's a Red Alert, I think that's an expansion pack, possibly. They are a bit dusty still, I haven't wiped them all off. They're on its shelf in storage, so. And then we've got Red Alert, which is a big game, big box game as well. So there's 3 of those. I think there's a few more down there. I haven't gone through them all, I just stacked them all up in no particular order, so I picked out the ones that I could see. Here's one for you strategy game lovers as well. Civilization. Anyone heard of it? Because if you have heard of it, well, you'll like this. We've got Civilization 2, winner of the best game of 1996, and we've got Fantastic Worlds construction kit. I can't say I've ever played Civ 2. I've played Civ 5. Probably one of my top games ever as well. Civilization always sells quite well. I've sold it before in floppy disk version. I don't believe this is floppy disk. I think I sold the first ever one and it came with a few floppy disks, but I think this is probably CD. Yeah, it is. It is CD. See, so but yeah, all the inserts are there, which is good. I probably won't bundle them together. I'll probably do them all separately, everything. That way, hopefully a collector can come along and pick out the bits they need for their collections. This is why it's a good thing to buy, because really, it's getting it off of the shelf where someone was just letting it get covered in dust, and it's going to people who are going to, you know, look after them and care for them and hopefully play them, so they don't just stay there and rot. Next up, I'm going to show you a whole bunch of these normal size DVDs, DVD cases, game cases. It's a whole bunch of Grand Theft Auto. So we've got Grand Theft Auto 4 and episodes from Liberty City. Some of these ones won't be worth a lot, like the not so old games. GTA is normally okay. That's there anyway. We've got the original Grand Theft Auto, and that one again. I believe they may have to be paired together. I'm not entirely sure. We've got a couple of copies of San Andreas here. So we've got one there. They're quite heavy, actually. I think there's the map in there. And then we've got one in a cardboard case as well. We've got Vice City, and one that I've never seen, to be fair. I never really paid attention. Grand Theft Auto 3, which is good. And I'll show you something else that's down here. The box is battered, but it's quite cool. I have got Grand Theft Auto, the original big box edition. It's mashed to pieces. It's literally falling apart. But inside there is still the 2 original games in their CD cases. I will open it up and see if there's anything else actually, but it's unfortunately destroyed, pretty much, the case. But that doesn't matter. Someone will still buy it, especially with the 2 games in there. So Grand Theft Auto always holds its value as well. I mean, or at least some value. Even if you can find the newer ones, if you can get the games for like £1 for, say, like the Xbox 360, or especially like Xbox One, PS4, etc. You can always get a decent turnover on those, or a decent profit if you can get them cheap enough. And people will always buy them. I've got another interesting one here. We're going to step away from strategy games for a minute because I've got a whole bunch of other ones. Never heard of this. In a game form, of course. I've heard of the film. Aliens versus Predator. Big box edition, as are the others. And yeah, haven't got much to say about it, but if you've seen this, it will probably ring some bells in your head. It's in quite good condition. All of these games are a little bit old. Most of them anyway are a little bit bashed. Of course they're old. A little bit bashed, especially like the Grand Theft Auto, but most of them are described as good condition, good to fair sort of thing. A few of them are in, excellent condition, but not many. There is a load of sealed stuff as well. Haven't heard of many of them though. Anyway, moving on to other things I have not heard of. Well, I've heard of Wing Commander, but I've never heard of this Prophecy. Wing Commander Prophecy. And it's got like the little opening case there. Yeah, nothing much to say. I'll just keep showing you. Duke Nukem 3D. That's going to be a good one. Duke Nukem is obviously very popular. I've never played it, but I've heard of it. So that is basically enough to say about that. Battlezone. Yep. I'm just going to try and rattle through these a bit quicker because I've realised how many I've got and I might as well just show you as many as I can. Carmageddon. Yeah. Carmageddon. I feel like I've heard of a lot of these, but here's one that people would have heard of. June 2000. An old June game there. There is also a manual, but yeah, you've got the CD case as well. So a lot of these are literally just a box with a couple of bits in, if not just a CD. It's weird. I guess it looks good on people's shelves for their collections. Back to some strategy games. Europa Universalis. I hope I said that right. Yeah, strategy game, quite popular. I think they still make these. There's another one for you. Sims. There's about 4 or 5 Sims boxes. I've sold one before, and it was in terrible condition. These are in a lot better condition. I've got 2 of them here. The others are hiding at the bottom of piles down there. Sim City 2000 and Sim Isle. And like I said, there's more for the collection, so I could bundle them. We'll see. These are worth a fair amount. In my experience of looking these up, most of them are worth anywhere from the lowest markup is about 10 all the way up to like 40-50 pounds each. I paid £1,050 for everything, and I've got at least 160 big boxes, and then I got all of these ones. I didn't know I was getting these with it. All of the sort of normal DVD game sized cases on top of that. So yeah, there is definitely good profit to be made. It's just a matter of listing through it all. There is a lot, but I'm itching to list this stuff just because I enjoy it. Anyway, speaking of what I enjoy, the Settlers. I played this a lot as a kid, and there's a whole bunch of them. This isn't all of them. There's the Settlers 3. Is that Ivy 4? We've got another, like an expansion, I think, 2 of them. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of the Settlers stuff down there. We'll see what I do with that, whether I bundle it or separate. Racing games. We've got loads of racing games and sports games. PJ Golf. I've never heard of this one, but yeah, it's a whole bunch. I'm probably going to grab some more to show you, actually, just because I want to show it off. And then I will probably end the video because I don't want it being too long. So wait a minute and I'll grab some of the bigger stuff, actually. I've got a collector's edition, a couple of bits and bobs. I'll grab those. Okay, I brought a few more over. This isn't even scraping the surface, really, but I just grabbed a load of random ones, along with the big collector's editions that I also got. I will show you the sort of random ones first. So there's Fallen Angel Sacred 2 collector's edition. Again, a bit dusty. Yeah, collector's edition. Give it a wipe over, clean up, and it will hopefully sell for a bit. Haven't looked up some of these, so I'm just assuming. Here's a niche that I'm going to be filling in my store very soon. Flying sims, flying games. There's probably 10 to 15 different flying games that I picked up. Flight sims, army flight, Air Force type stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of that down there. There's this, the Simpsons Cartoon Studio. Perfect for a Simpsons fan. As you can see, some of the boxes are a bit squished, and like I said, their condition is like fair to good, but that is still pretty good for the age of it. Like, only having this indent, people have bought these from me before with that, no problem. So yeah, and then others are in a bit better condition. So we've got what is this? Kingong Honor Guard, I think. It's very weird writing, which looks a bit like a shoot 'em up or a just like a fighting game. We've got a few sealed ones. Just thought I'd show you. There is arcade games, which is just, I guess, average arcade games. Theme park This one's not sealed, sorry, this is just theme park. I believe I played this as a kid as well. We've got Wing Commander 3, not sealed. And then we've got another sealed one. Battlezone 3 Combat Commander. That's new and sealed. No idea on the value of that. Then we've got some of these collector edition things, bigger box stuff. We've got Heroes of the Might and Magic Compendium. So there's a few games in there. It's one of the bigger ones. Diablo Battle Chest, and it's Diablo 2, I think. Never played Diablo, but again, it's quite a big branded game. Some more strategy now. We've got Medieval 2 Total War. Total War games are always great. I particularly like Rome Total War. They're pretty good. We got Guild Wars. I don't think Guild Wars stuff is worth very much at all, but I'll sell it anyway. The good thing about this is I'm hoping that by selling such a range of different items, if I can get them on quick enough, people who are looking up, say, Guild Wars, where it may not make me a lot of money, will hopefully come across some of these other games and other things that I've listed and be interested in it because it's the same kind of time period or genre of, you know, older vintagey type games. So I'm hoping that happens. We've got World of Warcraft Collector's Edition, which is just a big old box with a lot of things in it. So I'll show you a bit of this. Never played World of Warcraft. It's got a book in it by the looks of it. And I assume under the book, yeah. So we've got some cards in there. The game actually looks like it's still sealed. Game is still new and sealed. And we've got the Cataclysm. I remember hearing about that. Like I said, I've never played it. I've heard of that. So I guess that's the expansion. We've got a new and sealed, yeah, behind the scenes DVD. And a guest pass. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And like I said, there's some cards in there as well. So that is hopefully going to be a good one. I need to look it up, really. I haven't looked up half of this stuff. There's just so much of it. I'm very strongly assuming I've made my money back. I think I'm going to make a good profit on this, but yeah, there comes a point when you buy such a big haul that I looked up maybe 10, 20, it's probably about 20 or 30 of them. And the average price worked out in my head to be more than good enough for when it's all listed and sold. So obviously, as I do picking and packing videos, we're probably going to be seeing a lot of this get packed and sold. So I'll go through it as I do that. Maybe I'll make a video at some point showing the amounts, you know, after 2 months, 3 months. We'll see. I'm going to end with the biggest item. It's like a collector's edition with a figure inside. I'm not going to open it, I don't think, because it's just, I don't want to hassle of trying to put it all back together. But it is called Might and Magic Heroes VII, which is 7 maybe? I don't know. It's a collector's edition. Anyway, big box. It's got a figure in there, cards, some of the games, maps, and all sorts of other bits. So yeah, there's that. And if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Please do like the video because it helps push it out there. I'm a small channel, so I don't get many views, but I'm hoping what I'm showing can be helpful to people. So it would be really helpful to me if you could like the video, subscribe if you enjoy. I'll upload more and more stuff as we go on. And yeah, that's all really. Just remember to subscribe, support the channel, and check out my TikToks and stuff. I make TikToks over there, trying to grow that, help bring more people to the channel. Yeah, hopefully we can continue this and make a good profit from it. So see you next time, and have a good evening or morning, wherever you are. And everything I showed you there, that was only the start of it. There is so much still to go.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off again.